Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I am the CHALL, and today, Chall Chats DRFC Daily Reports. This is the sort of spin-off of the Daily Reports. It's the first episode of our brand new transfer recruitment series, where we'll be taking a look at certain positions that we need in the transfer window this summer under the new manager Grant McCann, or should I say new ex-manager Grant McCann, to bring in the players that he needs to get us back in competing with League 2 and get us back into League 1 as soon as possible. So, we did the big transfer video this time last year. However, we're going to do it as a series this year. So we're going to do different videos on the 5 positions that I have targeted. We've got 5 permanent options, 5 loan options, and my overall thoughts as well. So the positions this year then are goalkeepers, fullbacks, centre midfielders, centre backs and strikers. So of course 5 permanent and 5 loans per position. So in this video we're going to focus on goalkeepers. So before we get started, make sure you do like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell to never miss a YouTube video. Make sure you do that. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers and 500,000 views. There's plenty of big content coming on the channel soon. It's all going down, so please stay tuned. And for now, guys, let's have a look at everything to do with the goalkeepers that I've targeted for the summer transfer window recruitment plan. So we kick off with permanent, and we're going to start off with Nathan Bishop of Manchester United, out of contract this summer. He spent last season on loan with Mansfield, keeping 16 clean sheets in 53 games before the side were beaten in that 2022 playoff final. This season he's been with United's under 21s, but he's out of contract pending his option isn't triggered. He's a very ambitious, athletic goalkeeper, very hard working, mentally very strong. He'll set the tempo in training. He has a great attitude, a great approach, and a great application to his game. So overall, a decent character of profile of player, and also a very committed keeper, and someone who I think will long term be a great number 1, and I think someone we should definitely be keeping our eyes on. Next up, Rory Brown of Glenavon. He has experience of playing in England, having progressed through the Wolves Academy. A real mature goalkeeper with decent shot-stopping ability, especially from close range. He's been rated as one of the best Northern Irish League keepers, with a nominal release clause in his contract with Glenavon. So first of all, on the financial side of things, it would not cost a lot at all to get him out of his contract. It would not cost a lot at all. In my personal opinion, I think we really are looking here at someone who could definitely be a really good progressing young keeper with the potential of being that long-term number 1. I think it'll become a very big sell-on value. I think from looking at the highlights of this guy, I think he's a great shot stopper. I think he's got real application to his game, good distribution. I think he suits the way McCann's style of play is presented to the general public and to the Rovers fans, and I think that Rory Brown can absolutely be a wonderful addition to this club. I really, really do. Next up, Lewis Budinauckas, the Rangers B keeper, the guy who was named in the Rangers UEFA Champions League match against Napoli in September on the bench, so that's for the senior team. But for the B team, he's been the number 1 keeper with at least 26 league appearances in the Lowland League. Out of contract this summer, he's been rated fairly highly by the Rangers staff, and even Adam Devine, who of course is a Rangers youth, has been describing him as a confident goalkeeper who you can always depend on. So a very highly rated goalkeeper here at Rangers Academy, someone who was scouted for a move reportedly over the last month or so by Bradford City. I'm guessing that would, if that's true and Bradford are looking and monitoring Lewis, I think that would be the ideal scenario if Harry Lewis was to move on if Bradford don't get promoted. But I think that if Bradford don't end up getting this guy, I think we should absolutely be looking at this guy. Lewis Budinauckas is a top young keeper in the Rangers Academy. Like I said, very highly rated. And overall for me, I think he's someone who we should definitely be keeping an eye on. He's got a real matureness about his game, and I think that he would be a fantastic addition going forward. Next up, some experience in Alex Cairns of Fleetwood Town, Doncaster born talent, an experienced great shot stopper Great character off the pitch as well. He played a key part in Salford's playoff campaign currently this season, and he's also playing a key part in the playoff campaign and relegation battles at Fleetwood Town in the past as well. So it's a keeper who's been there, he's done it, and he's just gone on to achieve great things with both Fleetwood and Salford at both ends of the pitch. So, at both ends of the table on the pitch. So, for me, Alex Cairns would be a great experienced option, and noticing the fact that he is a Doncaster born talent, he's a Donny lad, and I think he puts some real attitude and character into that dressing room and really get those young lads fired up. And lastly, for the permanent players, it is Bryan Schwake from Livingston, 21 years old. He has a real work ethic, a drive, a real competitiveness about his game. Very highly rated, committed to development, which really suits the younger style of player that McCann can favour in his squad. A fantastic young keeper. He has a penchant for wonderfully acrobatic saves from a point-blank range, which is very good for an accurate goalkeeper. In terms of his accuracy in possession, which is very important for me with the McCann team, it's very good to have a goalkeeper in defence that's accurate in possession. He completed 73% of his long passes previous season. His ability to get down quickly is denied more than a few opponents, which is amazing. It's good to have that kind of accuracy in the back of the net. Highly accurate long throws, which is great for a goalkeeper, a good range of distribution there. Purposeful punts, bringing multiple counter-attacks, which is perfect for this kind of counter-turnover style that can suit part of the philosophy of McCann, where you can turn turnovers into counters, and I think the goalkeeper could be part of that from a defensive half. His agile ability is also a real asset. It allows him to change direction after deflections and still pull off stops, so his shot accuracy and his kind of his kind of reading of the game and his reflection accuracy and his reflection timing and how he can quickly change from one to the other could be very, very vast. And I think for a 21-year-old goalkeeper, I think he's definitely someone who I believe would be a wonderful addition to the club, and he's someone that I think we should definitely be considering developing. So great young keeper there, and someone who from Scotland's top division, a guy who's been out of contract this summer, a guy who is an international goalkeeper as well, and I think someone we should definitely be looking to bring in to develop. So let's go into loan signings, starting off with Harvey Davies of Liverpool, 19 years old, a highly rated shot stopper. He isn't ready for the step up at Liverpool yet in the first team, but he has been training in the past with Jurgen Klopp's squad. So first of all, that level of experience, a young kid. He's been learning from the senior squad, from Jurgen Klopp as well as the academy. 5 clean sheets minimum in 12 Premier League 2 games. So 5 clean sheets in 12 Premier League 2 games. 2 clean sheets in 5 UEFA Youth League games. He managed to get on the pitch in pre-season in 2022 for Jurgen Klopp's side as well. So he's got that experience already in pre-season this past year of working with some of the senior squad. So Harvey Davies for me is someone who could really make the step up into senior football, senior league football. You know, McCann could definitely favour a young keeper on loan from the Premiership and the Premiership Academy. And I think someone like Harvey Davies, working for someone like Grant McCann, who wants to get the best out of his players each and every week, and someone who's that determined and ambitious, I think when you put an ambitious young keeper with an ambitious manager, you get fireworks straight away. So I think that Harvey Davies is a really, really underrated loan keeper option if we do decide to go down that market in the summer. Next up, Denis Franchi from Burnley, 20 years old. Yes, he's another one that hasn't had any loan experience in league football as of yet. However, this is why I've named him, and it's all about ambition. So this Burnley goalkeeper is an ex-PSG youth keeper with a clean sheet in the UEFA Youth League last season, with a lot of potential and certainly one for the future. He was also named on the first team bench 7 times in all competitions, including away at Man City in the UEFA Champions League while back at Paris Saint-Germain. So Denis Franchi is a young up-and-coming goalkeeper with a lot of potential who came from the Paris Saint-Germain youth setup and has come into Burnley and competed with the under-21s. And for me, I think Franchi would be a very statement loan deal. Yes, he's not got any senior league experience. However, when you bring someone like that in from a manager like Vincent Kompany and the Burnley Academy staff and the people who work at Burnley Academy and how they've moulded that kind of goalkeeper and they've moulded that talent into something quite special, I think that Franchi is a decent shot stopper. I think he's got good agility on him, and I think that Denis would be a wonderfully underrated statement young goalkeeper for League Two. And I think someone who's come from Paris Saint-Germain's youth into Burnley, I think having that PSG connection would also provide some international traction to the football club. So I think you've got a really big opportunity here with Denis Franchi to really promote the club on an international basis. Next up, Viljami Sinisalo from Aston Villa. He has previous EFL experience, rated as a potential EFL keeper. Yes, his time at Burton Albion did get cut short. However, he's still a very highly rated goalkeeper, a big, imposing keeper who commands his box well. He's been in and around the first team more than once as well in the past with Aston Villa, so another international goalkeeper who this time does have some EFL experience, and for me, again, someone who could definitely be an imposing figure in the back of that net, and someone who's been in League One with Burton Albion and has been there and done it already in that 6 months. I think someone with that experience could definitely take it into the next loan deal and the next loan movement, and someone who still has a lot of confidence and still has a lot of faith from the parent club. So Sinisalo for me could be a smart loan addition from Aston Villa. Next up, some people might not think I would have had this guy down the list, but I have. It's Tyrer from Everton, 21 years old, at least a minimum of 17 clean sheets this season on loan at Chester. A promising, talented shot stopper, commanding, athletic. The reason why I've gone with this guy as an option is because, yes, it's Chester Football Club in the National League North. However, in my personal opinion, I think Tyrer is an underrated young goalkeeper. And the reason why I think he's a young, underrated goalkeeper is because I think he has the potential to potentially make that step up, whether it's the National League or League Two. And I think he's a very underrated young keeper that could definitely do a job in a side like Rovers. And finally, another young keeper from a Premier League youth academy who might not have league experience on loan in the Football League, but is a very young, high potential goalkeeper, and that is Mikki Van Sas of Manchester City, a composed shot stopper with a calm presence in between the sticks, very comfortable with the ball at his feet, and that's one of the things of McCann's philosophy and style. He wants his goalkeepers and his centre-backs to be comfortable with the ball at their feet, so I think he suits that really, really well. He was a key part of the under-18s title-winning campaign in 2020-2021, so someone who's won things at academy level can now come in, an international goalkeeper again, and can really produce the goods, in my opinion, for Doncaster Rovers on loan from City. So, of course, we already have that connection with City in terms of loan deals with Rodney Congolo in the past. So I think that previous experience connecting with Manchester City could prove crucial, as well as McCann's ambition. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is my goalkeeper transfer targets, permanent and loan deals. What do you think? Do you have any names on the list? Comment down below. And for now, I am the CHALL. Ta-ra for now.